So like, I think this is something that is so important because everyone struggles with, and I hear it a lot in our Zoom sessions that we have, and you know, everyone struggles with social media and the mental health aspect, and how can we be better at it, and how do I think a lot of it's like the relationship that we have to social media, and I think we talk about it a lot between separating your business and your personal. And then also just kind of setting strict boundaries around how you use social media. So for me, I unfollowed accounts that I find myself comparing myself to. I turned off all the notifications of my phone so that I don't use it as a distraction, and I have very strict boundaries around social media and rules that I try not to break, because being on social media is not a bad thing, but it definitely can be a hindrance in terms of getting the work that you need done. So what would your take be on social media mental health?
Yeah, I'm very lucky. I'm the generation just slightly too old with social media really embedded in my life. When I was growing up anyway, I think like MySpace existed maybe. We just got emails when I was in sixth form. So thankfully I didn't grow up with Instagram pressure of having to do selfies, and I think because I've been very busy since then, I've never really done social media for myself. Like I do have a Facebook account which I find I use for events and maybe like restaurants and stuff, my personal one, and mostly for Blick, but I don't think I've ever uploaded any pictures of myself. So I consider myself very lucky to have avoided that, because I think it is very difficult. So from a business perspective, like you still fall into the traps of comparison, and I think like what works for me is, I suppose, reminding myself that, so just a few things. Spending time on social media, you have to equate whether you're actually going to get business out of it. So it depends on what you do. Is it really a good use of your time to spend 3 hours a day, or maybe longer, I suppose? And for some people it is. It entirely depends on what you're selling. Or are there other ways that you would do better to build your business? So I suppose it's really putting into context how much time is actually worth doing, and not just feeling the pressure to do it because you want to have loads of followers. I tend to think business is you just do the best you can with the time you have and work out how much time. Like for us at Blick, it is important to a certain extent for our SEO and things like that, but it's certainly not our main route to getting business. We get more work probably through word of mouth and through internet searches. I think the more stuff you put out, and the same with Twitter, the better. Like you kind of have to start somewhere. So maybe it's by putting stuff out, you kind of see what sticks and what people like. So maybe if some of the posts you do aren't as successful, then it doesn't mean, you know, if it is an integral part of your business, that you know, maybe just don't take it, or try not to take it too hard and compartmentalize it and use it as a learning. And then you put something else up and research other people that are doing it well and see what they're doing and see if you can kind of recreate it. But it takes nothing is easy. Like it takes time to build that network, especially if you're starting from nothing.
Yeah.